this is Jennifer Priest, and I'm going to show you today how a Hydrangea Hippo class kit comes when you order it from my Etsy shop. And this is any of my mini book kits or anything like that. This is not the project kits, and those are more like a bunch of goodies in a bag that you kind of do your own thing with. But this one actually is a book, and it comes with color instructions. So the first thing that you'll want to do with any of my kits is pull out your instruction sheet, and it has step-by-step instructions, and it also has pictures. Also in the back is my contact info, so that if you're missing something or you have a question, you can absolutely contact me. Alright, so the next thing you want to do whenever you buy one of my kits is you want to pull everything out of the bag all together. Now, sometimes I pre-cut the paper and everything's in order, and other times you'll cut it yourself. And usually when I have that the paper is something you cut yourself, it's an easy book to make, and it's something where you could definitely use those same cutting dimensions to recreate similar versions of the book, just with different theme. So this is a baby girl book theme, but you could do this with different paper, like for a little boy, or a birthday party, or a river trip, whatever you want. Just change the paper, but do the same dimensions. Now, they usually come with an O-wire because I do a lot of stuff with the bind it all, so you'll want to set that aside because we're not ready for that yet. And then this is all of the chipboard pages that go inside of the book, so we'll set that aside. And the first thing we're going to do is cut our pages. We also don't need these stickers just yet, so we'll put that aside. The other thing is that my kits, and I do want to mention this, they come with a lot of goodies. So there's ribbon and buttons and ephemera and tickets and all kinds of just little odds and ends from my finds. And this kit happens to have some little knitted tiny sweater and booties with it. So these are things that you won't find in regular kits. You won't find them in a scrapbook store. These are things that I go and I do kind of like I call treasure hunting trips, where I go and I look for really cool stuff. I go to vintage shops, I go to wholesale districts, and I try to find really cool, unique things that will make the book really special. Things that you can't just find in a regular scrapbook store. And then I try to negotiate deals on them so that I can give you a really good assortment. Instead of just saying, oh, here's one little pack of brads, you can actually get a whole bunch of different stuff from me, as opposed to what you might get in another kit. So let's get started. So these pages are already cut, and what we're going to do is just follow the directions. And it says cut the sweet pea, and this instructions is actually for girl and boy book. So it'll say sweet pea, and then it'll say precious, and in parentheses it'll say if it's for the girl or for the boy book. Alright, so cut the sweet pea paper to 6 by 12. So then what we'll do is just look at the paper, and this one says that it's sweet pea, so that's the one that we know to cut. So on this kit too, we're going to reserve all of the UPC strips because they have a pattern on the back. So on the front is all the company info, and on the back is the pattern. So we're going to cut it to 6 by 12. And that's going to go this way. Oops. And then it says cut one piece to 6 by 4. Okay, so we'll turn that and cut it to 6 by 4. And then cut the other piece to 6 by 6 and 6 by 6. Okay. And then, let me just look at a little picture here. Yeah. Alright, then we're ready to go to the next paper. So then it says cut the Heaven Sent paper, and that's going to be the next paper in the stack is Heaven Sent. And again, we'll do the same thing. We're going to cut the UPC symbol off, cut it to reserve that UPC because we're going to use that later. Cut the paper to 6 by 12. And then it says cut one piece to 6 by 4, 6 by 4, so 6 by 4, 6 by 4, and then it says 6 by 2, 6 by 2. and then cut the other piece to 6 by 6 and 6 by 6. So you can really do this with any paper. You just go down the line of the instructions and just substitute whatever papers you have. Alright, next we're going to cut the Bundle of Joy paper, which is this last paper. Again, reserve your UPC. And this is with any paper that has a cute little pattern on the back. You may not use it for this, maybe use it for a card that goes with this, or you use it for something completely different. So it's just a handy little thing to keep. So we cut it to 6 by 12, then cut one piece to 6 by 4 and 6 by 8. And then cut the other piece to 6 by 6 and 6 by 6. Now we're ready for our chipboard. So it says to one 6 by 8 chipboard, adhere the 2 by 6 Heaven Sent paper. So that's the one that we cut in the middle. This little one. And we could do it either way. We could have the hearts, or you can have the other side. On my sample I have the hearts up. Whoops. So I'll put glue all over. And the glue I'm using is PVA, which is like your Elmer's kind of white glue. But it's a bookbinding glue, so it's got a little bit of a different formula. Now you can follow the instructions at this point, or you can just look at the pictures. I like to just look at the pictures, but if you don't like to just look at the pictures, you can read the instructions. So I do type out detailed instructions of what piece to adhere to which side. Like it will say, adhere this paper to the right side, adhere the other paper to the left side, and then we can turn it over. So I'm going to keep adhering the pages, and then this is a yellow cardstock, so I'll adhere that. And you want to line it up with the edges of the chipboard. Now, say that something doesn't line up perfectly, it's okay. You can you can ink the edges, you can paint it, you can trim it. Sometimes when, like, I get my chipboard cut in bulk, maybe your idea of 6 inches is a little bit different than the people that cut the chipboard for me. And so sometimes we do end up with some pages that are just a little bit too big or a little bit too small, and that's okay. You can ink it, you can paint it, you can do whatever. So what I'm going to start doing now is stacking my pages in order. So once you get your second page done, you're going to start wanting to put your stuff in order. So you can see here from the picture that I just did this page where it's yellow, pink, pink. So yellow, pink, pink. And then I'll just turn my page over, and now I'm going to look for this plaid paper and 6 by 6. So again, you don't have to follow the written instructions. If you don't want to, you can just follow along with the pictures. And say that maybe the pictures didn't print out as pretty as I would like them, or maybe you can't see them very well. You can always request a you need to email you some larger resolution pictures, and sometimes I have them stored online where I can email you a special link and password to access them, and other times I just send you the pictures. It just depends on the kit and what I'm doing at that time, like as far as if I'm using it for an online class or what the deal is. But I don't have any problem sharing that kind of stuff, because if it helps you get the kit put together, then that's the point. And this book is a really quick one. This I have this in baby girl and baby boy, and it's one that you could put together in about an hour, so it shouldn't take too long. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and fast forward the little video here, and we'll get this done.